Okay guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be testing 3 plows, I believe. That's the plan so far. We'll see how far we get, but we're gonna get the Versatile 1150 out. We're gonna hook that up to the 12 bottom plow and give it a go. It's pulled it before, so we know it's gonna work. We just need to make sure that everything is functioning properly before we take it to Rantoul. We're gonna get the 5020 with the 8B71T behind me up to the 6 bottom plow and see how that goes. That should go really well. No problems with that tractor. We added 125 gallons of washer fluid to each rear tire. So now total, there's 250 gallons of windshield washer fluid in each tire for some extra weight. Rantoul's got some pretty hard dirt, so we wanted to make sure that we had enough weight in the back to help tie it down a little bit. Not too much, but it should do really well. And it's got those big floaters on it, so it's got to hook up. The last one will be Jake's 4520. He's got a 6 bottom, I think it's a 2800 plow, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. But for right now, let's get this stuff hooked up, get it out to the field, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so we just got back with the 5020. It went pretty well. We were having some drafting issues. We'll talk about that a little bit later. I can do some explaining. There was a spot in there. Really, all the footage that we got was from the ground that was already plowed up. We just plowed it again. So it wasn't the best conditions, but by the time we got to the good stuff, it was working pretty good. So happy with that. We'll grease that later. So the moldboard stays shiny for Rantoul. That should be good. You can hear them in the background. We got the Versatile out. We'll hook it up to the 12 bottom and get it down to the field and see what happens. It should go pretty well. We've had it on there before. Just a little tidbit. The Versatile's got the same engine as the Steiger, as the big Steiger that we've got. It's 1150 Cummins. This tractor 12 bottoms is about all it'll do. The Steiger will handle 14 or 15, but it weighs like 10,000 pounds more. The Versatile is a little bit light, so let's get it hooked up and see what happens.
broke?
Just our luck.
Shit.
Pieces right there.
Look at that.
Oh, that's old. That's new. That's old.
That's
yeah.
new.
Let me see that.
Yeah, that was broke last year. Ah.
If you remember last time we tried testing out a plow, it rained, and we're in the same field trying to test out another plow, and we're gonna be hit with a pretty good storm here. That just passed us. It's pretty windy. At least it cooled down. It's nice out right now. No rain yet, but we're working on this plow now. The roll pin on that pin that holds a hitch on, roll pins wouldn't come out. So we're not gonna be able to get this thing home tonight with the storm coming. So we'll see what we can do. This video, we may have to come back in a couple days and finish this video up. Okay, we are back. It has been 3 days trying to get this video done and get our plows worked out. Monday and Tuesday we got half-inch of rain both nights, so kind of ruined our night. So it is now Wednesday, and it is a little bit wet, but we're gonna send it, get this stuff over with. We got rain coming in tomorrow night and Friday, so it's now or never. Got the 1150 hook back up, got the part in, $275 for that piece. Grandpa's not too happy about that, but it is what it is. So we'll get this sucker fired up and see what it's got. So we stopped because we noticed that we're running 2 tires into the furrow, and usually we only have to run 1 for this plow. We forgot to switch over our hitch, so we got to do that quick and see if it'll fix it. It should fix it. We'll see how that changes our furrow here in a second. Goddamn International Plows, I tell you what. That broke. That's new. Okay, we got the Versatile back to the farm. So we're gonna get the V12 out now, hook it up to the 7 bottom, and see what happens. Okay, so despite breaking that International Plow twice in this video, I think overall the plowing went pretty well. But towards the end there, on Jake's 4520, we were having problems with the steering on that plow. And to kind of explain that, I'm going to explain a different type of steering before we go and talk about that one. So I'm out at a property right now where we store some of our bigger plows. We got a 12 bottom over here, 10 bottom behind us, and here is the 8 bottom that we had on that Ford in a couple of videos back. And here you can see we've got a 3-point hitch system. That's where you'd hook up your quick coupler, and off of that is this arm here. This arm controls this bar. These bars will move back and forth and go to here, and this will move back and forth, and it will control your tail wheel. So what makes these bars go back and forth is what I showed you earlier on this 3-point. When this 3-point rotates with the tractor, see, it moves that bar and it moves your tail wheel down at the other end. So remember how that works. We're gonna go look at Jake's plow now. So here we are looking at Jake's plow now. It's hooked up to his 4520. So basically this steers the same way. You've got same way but differently. So it's still hooked up to the 3-point like the other plow, but instead of having that bar that controls back to your tail wheel, you've got this cylinder and this valve. So basically when you turn your tractor, this contacts here, which runs this valve, and that will supply oil to these hoses, should be, and it will turn your tail wheel back here. See, this right here is your gauge wheel that controls how deep the plow goes in the ground. This is your lift cylinder to lift this back part of the plow out of the ground, and here's your steering cylinder. See these smaller lines right there? That's what I was pointing to up here on this cylinder. So currently this is not working very well. The book talks about rephasing this valve and this cylinder, but nothing has really been working that well. So there might be something internally wrong with this. We've got a couple more of these on a different plow, on 2 different plows. We may just swap them out and see what happens and see if we can eliminate the problem here. But as of right now, I am not quite sure what the plan is. Okay, we got the V12 parked right here in front of the door so we can get her back out at a moment's notice. I was really impressed with how this tractor ran. It did a very good job and handled these 7 bottoms very well. The plow did a really good job too. It left a really nice furrow wall. We were running plenty deep, I thought, but it was pretty nice. And you can see here, this plow's got the same thing as that 8 bottom with the bars that control the tail wheel, and this plow follows really well. We put a quick coupler on this tractor, and there's 2 different styles. One's got one where the hook is stuck on here forever, where it's part of the casting. We put one on here where we could remove the hook. That way the hook will never come into contact with your bar up here when you turn sharp. Another thing, this fan shroud seemed to really help running this tractor the whole day, or not the whole day, but over those multiple passes. The tractor just got over 190 degrees, so that's really good. I was happy with that. No leaks or anything. That turned out really well. And of course we're not running a hood, but the hood doesn't really, the hood could go both ways. It could get cooler when you put the hood on, it could surprise you, or it could get a little bit hotter. But if this thing runs in the low 200s, that's not going to be a big deal at all. So really happy with that and how it ran. These batteries, we found out that without an alternator, because this guy didn't put one on it, that you've only got about 10 or so starts before it gives up. So this winter we'll definitely have to work out a plan for an alternator and get rid of these big batteries. But overall, really happy with this one, and I am excited to take it to Rantoul. Then we got the 6 bottom on the 5020. So this tail wheel has nothing that controls it. It's just on its own. But it does have these adjustment bolts here. So on both sides you can adjust where this tail wheel ends up this way, and that will adjust the draft of the plow. We've got it set pretty straight now. It's not too bad. There's not a whole lot you can do except adjust those bolts. But this tractor did really good as well. All the footage you saw of this tractor, it was in pretty loose dirt. But we've got 250 gallons of windshield washer fluid in both of these tires, these rear tires. So we've got quite a bit of weight back here. So it hooked up really well, and I am happy with how this went. We actually took the quick coupler off of this tractor. You can see we're naked right now. We took it off this tractor and put it on the V12. So we're gonna have to get another one before Rantoul, but that shouldn't be that big of a deal. So, yep, and here's Grandpa's paint job on this 6 bottom. Looks pretty sharp behind that tractor. So, yeah. Well, that's gonna be it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's looking like, as long as we get that International 12 bottom plow done, that everything you saw in this video is going to be at Rantoul. It went pretty well. There's always going to be some hiccups, but I'd rather them happen here than at Rantoul. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.